my heart was racing. I just had so much like anxious energy, and I just felt tense all over. And I didn't know what was going on. My first reaction was like, did I have too much coffee today? Because it was a seemingly like normal work day, right? I had a lot to do, but I was like, what is going on? And I like had to sit down. I sat down, and what I did was I was like, I'm gonna close my eyes and take 3 deep breaths, right? And this is something I often tell my 5-year-old daughter when she's getting like overly, upset or emotional. I'm like, just calm down. I was like, okay, I need to take my own advice and do that. And I did that, and I did calm down a little bit, and I was like, but I still had this like anxious energy. And I was telling my husband, I was like, what is going on? And I finally realized what it was. So I am here to share with you what was going on. I was not having a heart attack. I don't think it was a panic attack. I mean, it could have been a slight thing, but what was going on, and also how did I solve it? Because this was last week, and this week, as I'm playing with this new method that I am doing for myself, I feel so much better. I feel so much lighter. So that's why I wanted to come on and share this with you. You guys ready? So first I was like, what was going on? First look at the problem, right? And I was like trying to like really become self-aware, like what was happening to me, and why on this normal day did I suddenly feel like I don't know, it was just the strangest feeling, and I couldn't just like brush it away. It just like kept on coming and coming. And what I realized was that I just, I might not have been, it might have seemed like a normal day, and it was a normal day, but I had a million things, and I usually do have a million things going on in my mind, and as we normally all do, right? And all these thoughts are going on, and then at the same time, it's like, okay, I gotta get that done, I gotta get this done, da da da. And then also the combination of the frustration that things weren't getting done fast enough, because I had in my head like, how am I gonna get this done? Oh my god. And I just created, that's the big thing, I created this overwhelm and this anxious energy myself. It was all internal, it was all me. There was no one actually screaming at me and like, where's that assignment, or come do this, I mean, sometimes there is, but at that moment there was not. So my one realization was like, this is all internal. I am creating this drama, this overwhelm, this anxious, horrible feeling all on my own. I know, right? So that was one revelation. And then another one, I was like, okay, what is going on? I'm just putting a lot of pressure on myself, which a lot of people often do, right? And also like trying to do so many things at once. And this is where I used to be like a very proud multitasker, and while I'm doing one thing, I'm like, okay, I got this other thing going, and I like would feel really productive, and I would always, especially as a working mom too, it's like you kind of have to do that, but to what extent? And what I'm realizing is it's working against me. It's been working against me all these years. It's the main reason that caused that reaction in me. Because I was trying to multitask everything, and as a result, one, nothing was getting done. If it wasn't getting done very well. And then two, it felt horrible, right? So that's not a good solution. So I was thinking about this over the weekend, and in the shower, I don't know about you, but I like have a lot of aha moments in the shower. So I was in the shower like trying to figure out ways around this, and that's when I got my aha moment. I was like, okay, if it's multitasking, if it's trying to do too much at once, it's the overwhelm, let's simplify it. Let's do something really simple. Let's do single tasking, right? And this is all goes down to like how to be more present, which I've been also trying to do. And I was like, oh, this totally ties in with being present. It's like, do one thing at once, right? And I was like, how do I remind myself? Because it's like one of those things, right? It's like, get more sleep. Okay, I know it's good for me, but what time did you go, like, how much sleep did you get last night? It's like, you know, I'm guilty of it. I don't know if you are. So it's the same thing. Like, okay, well, I know that doing too much at once is bad for me, but how do I like hone in and actually stop doing a million things at once? And that's when it came to me in my head. I was like thinking about it. I was still in the shower. I took a long shower that day. I was like, okay, every time multiple things come into my head, which is every second, right? I am going to say to myself, okay, single thought, single focus, single action. And internally, I'm going to tell myself, okay, pick one thing, single thought, that's your one focus, single focus, and in this moment, that is your single action. That is the only thing that you're going to be doing. And of course, it's not going to be instantaneous, but I will say this week, I've been implementing it, and it's been amazing. Like, I'll get those times when, you know, I'm working on one thing and then thinking like, oh, I have to do that email. Wait, let me do that email. And then I'll get distracted and then I'll try to go back. Like, those moments are when I'm like, no, single focus, single action. I have to finish this, whatever I'm doing, this task I'm doing, and then I can turn my focus and attention on that email. Right? So it's also, I will say, speaking to someone like, I'm not saying, oh, just do single thought, single focus, single action, like for the whole day with one thing, right? That's kind of impossible. Like my day could look like 5 minutes, like 5 minutes of that single thought, single focus, single action. I just have to write that email. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, focusing on that. Turning to the next thing, focusing on that. So it could be like snippets of like 5-minute snippets of focus. I usually say like you can live life really efficiently in like 5-10 minute chunks, especially as a working mom with young kids. I'm sure if anyone's in that situation knows that 5 or 10 minutes is often all you get. So, but if you're super focused, and I do the same thing, speaking of with, you know, if you have other things responsible that might interrupt you, how do you deal with that? Because that is a distraction, especially like if a young kid comes up to you. What I used to do is get really irritated and be like, oh my God, you just made me lose focus. And then my whole mood would be off. Then that would translate to whoever I was talking to. And it's all like a domino effect, which is not good, right? So what we want to do instead, when someone comes up to you to interrupt you, let's say it's your cute little child saying, Mom, can you help me with this? And instead of like turning to that child and getting really frustrated, which I've done, especially if I'm in the middle of something, I'm going to say to myself, okay, either two things, right? Depending on the situation. I'll say like, okay, like Tegan, I just need 5 more minutes to do this and I'll come to you. And she's old enough to hopefully understand that. Or depending on what it is, maybe I'll like say, okay, I am going to turn my focus to you now for 5 minutes or however long it takes. Be okay with that. Give myself permission to do that. And then I'm going to go back. And then I'm going to adjust my focus. So it's all about like always, you know, adapting to your situation as well. Don't be so rigid about it. But always, whatever you're doing, that's what you're doing. That's what you're focusing on. So I hope this helps. I mean, it's like I feel so much better now. I just had to share it with you guys. So remember, if you ever feel that like that crazy overwhelm, and it's like so much to do, not enough time, and which we all get, instead like stop before you do anything. Just stop and be like, okay, what's my thing I'm going to focus on right now? That's what I'm going to take action on right now and get that thing done or get it progressed in wherever state I need it to be. And then I move on to the next thing. And that's how I like how most people get things done in a good way, keeping the quality up and the quantity too. Instead of trying to do it all at once, and then what usually happens? Frustration, anxiety, heart racing. That was the result of that from last week. So, that said, try it. Remember, single thought, single focus, single action. That's what I keep saying in my head. Let me know if you try it, and yeah, I look forward to talking to you in the next chat. In the meantime, if you like this, like, subscribe, do all those things, and I'll be sharing more in the future. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Remember, single focus. Like, there you are. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.